Hey folks, this is going to be a very quick video explaining the most important parts about the course, basically all my expectations. I typically do this in class in front of you, but of course, this year that's not possible, and I would rather do it live in a session, but since some people are going to have technical problems, some people are probably going to join the class late, be backfilled, I'm recording it so we can make sure everybody gets the same message. You can see in front of me a document that I'm going to allow you to have, of course, and it's going to be important for you to read this. But some of you, in my experience, are not great readers, so I'm going to read it to you, but not directly. Hit the high points. Basically, what in-class stuff. Come to class, be on time, have all your papers, all your pens, a calculator, have a good attitude, please mute your microphone when you join the class, and check in at least once. When I call on you, be nice. You would open your webcam, and you would say something as well, so I can get to know your voice and your face, and all that good stuff. Independent time means basically we're not in class together. Make sure you check your email twice a day. Check remind announcements. Check in Brightspace where the course announcements are. Make sure you are responsible for your deadlines and keep track of those. So you're probably going to need a couple hours a week outside of class to do your work. Probably. Some of you will get done faster. Depends. Trying to procrastinate, that's always a bad idea. Be responsible. Okay, in Brightspace, you're going to find a booklet with information, practice with answers, YouTube videos, all kinds of resources that are there to help you. Utilize them. Check them out before you start asking or saying you can't do anything. Have you done that stuff first? Then we'll talk. Take advantage of tutorial sessions. We'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, learning. This is really important about learning. It's a process. For some people it's fast, for some people it's slow. Got to be patient. You can't get frustrated. It's individual, right? Figure out what works for you and take responsibility for the fact that no matter how good your instructor is, I do not have a magic pill to give to you to put the information to your head. It goes in there with hard work only. You are responsible. And for the love of God and all that's holy, it's okay to make mistakes. In fact, the only way you're going to learn is you can make mistakes. Don't be afraid of those. Embrace them, then just correct them and move on. You need to let me know what I can do to help you to learn. And don't be afraid to ask questions after you've really, really tried. That's the key. Okay, you got to try first. Now, I'm not new to this, so I'm just trying to figure out how this works. Okay, communication tools. Email and remind. Okay, I won't send you any messages, regular stuff after 8:30 at night, and I won't send you any deadline reminders after 9 o'clock at night. However, you can send me a message on email or remind anytime you want. Just don't expect I'm going to answer in the middle of the night. Okay, I'm going to try not to be on my email after 9 at night, before 6 in the morning. We're going to see how that goes. This whole new life is a bit scary to me too. So on weekdays, I promise I'll check messages twice a day, mid-morning and after supper, and respond. So just be patient. I promise I'll write you back the same day. Okay, I'm not doing anything on Saturday. It's just school stuff. I'm taking a break. Sundays I'll check in. As for feedback, if you watch the intro video like you're supposed to, you know that my hands are poor strength and I can't type on a typical keyboard. If I'm typing anything of length, it's going to be either speech to text, which gets buggered out with all my swear words, or on my phone. So if you get a message from me that seems kind of short and sweet, don't mistake short for rude, okay? No situation. And I may, at times, when I spot check your work, Just simply do like a voice memo on your assignment or something and send it to you in a link unlisted YouTube. Okay. Tutoring. Could be an hour of tutoring a week after one of your classes, depending on what group that you're in. Here's a little schedule if you want to find out. So Mondays for the pipe trades, after class. Electrical in St. John will be on Tuesday or Thursday morning, after class, and all the rest of electrical, St. Andrews, Moncton, and Woodstock, after class on Tuesday. I'll send out a Microsoft survey and figure out when we're going to have our 2 other sessions of open office hours, and you can help me to pick when you want it to be, maybe an evening and maybe even on a Sunday. That should work for everybody, I'd hope. Okay, moving along to the learning assessments. This is a biggie for a lot of students. They want to know how they're going to get their grade. 3 big tests, 25, 20, and 25%. Total of 70. Quizzes are worth 15, participation is worth 5, assignments are worth 10. Participation, basically, in a nutshell. I need you to come to class and do the work in class and listen to the lesson so that I know what you're learning. I'll track the attendance. I'll give you 2 free passes. If you tell me that you can't come to class, you tell me ahead of time, you get 2 free passes, no penalty. And then after that, small deduction. But the orientation activities as well, we're down for participation. So your picture, the quiz on my video. What else? You're probably gonna make me a little video at some point. I'm getting into Remind, those sort of things. They'll count for a little bit too. Missing a class. You are expected to let me know before class starts by reminder by email if you're not going to be there. And more importantly, you must get the material that you missed, either from Brightspace or from a buddy, but that's what you need to do. You're responsible. If you miss a test, it's much different than missing a quiz, of course. They're worth a lot. So I need to know before the test if you're unable to write it during that specific window. Okay, if you don't do that, that tells me you don't give a think or stand about school, and therefore you will not have the option for a rewrite on that test. Okay, also note, rewrites can happen for sure. In those big tests, you can have a rewrite, but it's going to be a different test. You'll write during a live team session with your webcam open, and you may have to answer some verbal questions during the test. No biggie, but that's what could happen. On down here now to quizzes. Okay, there's going to be 10 sections of material divided into 3 units in this course. The first 5 sections make up unit number 1, and you will have 1 quiz per section. Quizzes will only be 15 questions, multiple choice likely, and you can even have 2 attempts to do each quiz. Do it once, do a crappy job, do it again. That's fine by me. Keep your scrap work for the quiz. Okay, on loose leaf, 1 page, 2 pages, I don't care. But I want to see that scrap work if you're asking me for help. So keep that, put your name, put the quiz number, keep it in your binder. Okay, the quizzes are meant to show you what you know. So I'm going to ask on the first attempt of the quiz, you don't use your notes and you don't use your books. You don't ask your buddy, you don't ask your mother. Okay, after you submit it, get the grade's crappy, then you do it again when you want, but you can look at your notes in between first session and second session. Okay, be careful because the second quiz will have similar questions with different numbers. So it's not just a matter of like, zip, zip, zip. You have to redo some questions. And I'm expecting that you do not share any of the questions or the answers with anybody. Either the main tool we have to judge your level of understanding. If you do a crappy job on your quizzes, you're going to have a crappy job on your test. And that's not at all what we're going for. Okay, assignments. Here's a biggie. I need a big breath for this one. So assignments, use in pencil. Make your work relatively neat. You can print the actual assignment or do it on loose leaf. I don't care. Do it on loose leaf. Don't write out the questions. Not necessary. Always put your name, first and last, program and location on every piece of paper every single time without fail. Martine likes block letters, i.e. all capitals. Great. That's great. Okay, here's my big stickler. On your assignment, you must attempt every question with a reasonable effort. I don't care if they're hard. I don't care if you know you get it wrong. Just try it. And if that's you make a mistake, I don't give a tinker's damn. We'll fix it, but the only way you can learn is to try. Okay, assignments have to be in on time. They're going to get uploaded into Brightspace in a section called Assessments, Assignments Dropbox. Folders for each one will be very organized. I'm very organized. I prefer that you take a picture of your assignment and turn it into a PDF. Lots of apps that can do that. Put that together during class. Information about that is located in my technology booklet. Okay, if you have to put in just a picture in the beginning and no PDF, that's fine. But take your picture by standing up above your piece of paper on the table. Make sure your camera's flat, your phone probably, right? And level. And I don't want to see all the background, just zoom it right in, make a nice picture. Okay, you are going to mark your own assignments using a colorful pen. That's why you do it in pencil. You mark it in pen. Pink, red, purple, blue, something. Bright, you can tell. You are responsible to do this very soon after the assignment answer key is posted. And if you don't understand the questions after you see the answers or the verbal explanations in a video that I make, you have to get help. That's your job. After that, you are required to take new pictures showing you've corrected your assignment and marked every question, and then re-upload your corrections into the same folder in Brightspace. And if you do that before the unit test, so for example, in the first unit, there's 5 sections, 5 assignments, 5 re-uploads of corrections, and all those assignments were on time, and all those assignments were genuinely attempted, and all fixed and corrected, you get 100% on every assignment that you did. Where you get deductions is if it was late, incomplete, crappy effort, and if you didn't do the corrections. Again, you're marking your own. I will spot check questions. I will spot check people. I cannot mark 150 assignments a week by 10 assignments. That's 1,500 assignments plus corrections, 3,000 things. I'll be drunk. Can't do it. So you're gonna mark your own. Consequently, you need to assess yourself. Remember, if you want to do a rewrite of a test, or you want the privilege of dropping your lowest assignment at the end of the semester, you have to do all your assignments. Now for grading, I've got it worked out in my head almost perfectly, but not 100%. So in a nutshell, what I do know for sure, and these 2 things you can see on the screen are not very big, I understand, but I'll put them in a document you can see better later, a bigger one. Nutshell, you're going to judge your assignment based on 4 categories. Was it almost perfect? Give yourself an E. If it was like, say, 80% or above in that, you tried all the questions, you knew what you were doing, you had no major gaps in your understanding, maybe some careless mistakes, you get an M, meets expectations. If Let's just say you did all the questions, but you didn't understand everything. Some questions you didn't show your work well enough, or you made significant errors. You would get an R for needs revision. And then the last one, which is an N, as in no way, you didn't complete all the questions, didn't show the work. Basically, it's really, really crappy. Okay, 4 ways to categorize, not difficult. And we will learn as time goes on what we're going to do about scoring for those things. But like I said, if you have any one, an excellent, meets expectations, needs revisions, any one of those 3, as long as you did a genuine effort on all the questions and correct all those, no matter how bad it was, you can still get 100%. But if you did not try all the questions, you cannot. We'll discuss that later. Okay, the purpose of these assignments is to have you learn and to get smarter, not to penalize you for making mistakes. Could get an easy 10% just for trying. Good trying. Okay, that's the bulk of it. A couple more things. Okay, generally, make sure you check the announcements. Check your remind messages quite often about due dates. Don't send me a text, when's my assignment due? It's going to have been posted. Go back and look. Okay, sometimes I'm going to send you a message that says, you know what, that is available. Information's in Brightspace in the announcement. Go read it. And that's not me being a jerk. That's just me trying to turn you into an independent learner. I don't typically do tech support. Okay, so if a bunch of computer questions, you can try me. But a lot of your fellow students are very computer savvy from what I've read in questionnaires. Maybe you guys. But then we'll have a group chat. You can maybe source it out amongst yourselves. And of course, IT are supposed to be the folks to go to anyway. So not all the questions or concepts in a section can be covered on an assignment. But between the assignment and the quiz, you'll get a good sense of what you expect to know from that section. Please do your own work on the assignments. Okay, don't copy. You will not have a good experience on your test if you don't do your own work. All right, and please help each other to learn. If you can do that, that's a really big deal. And don't forget, you've got print credits at school. Use them for printing. When you go to shop for shop day, plan ahead, bring your laptop, or go to the library at school and go print. Okay. And lastly, organization. Organization. Some folks tend to suck at this. I recommend you get a binder just for math. Get some separators. You can use Post-it note, piece of tape, something. I don't care. Okay, there's 10 sections, 3 units. Keep your stuff in your binder. Okay, there's checklists that you're going to see coming at you for what kind of things you're supposed to know how to do. They should be printed. That learning log I just showed you, for keeping track of your scores, that should be printed. 3 booklets. Don't have to print those if you don't want to, but if you want to, they should go in your binder. There's extra practice. When you watch a YouTube video, have a piece of loose leaf and take notes. Put those notes in your binder. Label everything. And your assignments should definitely go into your binder, okay? It's a very important document. You should probably have a decent read besides my just mumbling. At the back of it, I put some information about learning strategies. You know, how people learn, different hints, different tips. That's for you to read at some point if you want to maximize your abilities. Okay. Suggestions to help you learn better. All right. And then there's some stuff on reducing test anxiety. You might want to have a look at that at some point just so you know it's here. And then last but not least, the last page is about strategies for taking actual tests. Okay. That's the expectations in a nutshell. All right, I'm hoping by providing that information to you in the beginning, you have a good sense of where we're at, what we're going to do. The course outline should be published soon. We'll get that in Brightspace when it is. And I might get you a little quizzing on this information. So, good luck.